Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our last best of one. It is the Welsh women's team now versus the Turkmenistan team. Myself, Maddante Killer, and again joining me one last time, the ever lovely WelshLadd. Welcome back, my guy. Even though it's been a slightly longer break than we were intended, and the reason for that is the France versus Turkmenistan game ended up going down to the wire.
It was a bit, considering they lost 13-4 to Slovakia, I was expecting a 30-0, but wow, it went to OT. Turkmenistan ended up just not pulling it back, losing 16-14, but all I can say is, well, I'm generally gobsmacked they took it that far. But as my kind friend just said, my kind fellow commentator, the very handsome Maddante, there's one match left remaining for the Welsh squad side.
Right.
There's Turkmenistan and Wales. But yeah, adding on to that, pause. There was a little bit of a pause just because one, the flipping the stream wasn't really working too well, and the game was a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah, we had expected, whenever I said 5-10 minutes, I did not purposefully spread misinformation over the internet. I have done that before in the past and will do again. But this time it was by accident, so apologies for that, but thank you all for bearing with us. So yes, we are just getting into the map. Now, I do believe it is Anubis, so we've had three very... what would be the term, I guess? Just three very different maps in terms of playstyles. We've seen Inferno, we've seen then Nuke, which went that kind of way, and now Anubis. So very solid, kind of what would be the term, I guess, like variety showcase the map pool as well, which does mean there's a lot of room and time for the players to kind of look at their strats. And as we can see, the knife round now fully underway and very close actually.
It's a bit of a bloodfest, but apart from this, it's Gus and Turkmenistan will win the knife round, deciding whether it is staying or switching, and they have been kicked out. I guess there's gonna be a tiny bit of a pause there, but okay, she's back, and I'm pretty sure they have they have switched. So it is Wales on the left holding CT and Turkmenistan on the right with, of course, the T side.
Hell yes, and here we go. Very, very smooth edit in there. I mean, whenever you do have to deal with the sides changing that much, the production have done an excellent job of making sure the names and such continue to be correct and reflective. So yes, we had a 13-0. The French squad were just a solid league above the Welsh team. It does just have to be said. Does mean there's a lot to kind of learn from. But then the Slovakians 13-4 towards them. But we did see quite a bit more confidence from Nuke in terms of like the positioning, the util coming through. So we now may see if that kind of upward trajectory continues. We do see very aggressive push from the Turkmenistan squad. The positioning from Avery very solid around those smokes. One frag apiece as the bomb does in fact go down, and now the positioning being declared. Leaning more towards the side of the CTs here. The gunfight's coming through. The positioning has been worked out. The shot's not quite there. It's a beautiful swing from Pika Pika. Tokyo TM pulls it up as well. Bethan trying to save it, but no. Pika Pika with a beautiful shot as well. Very, very solid first pistol round from both teams, but just come in the way of Turkmenistan.
I've been wanting to say this for a while, but Pika chose who to kill. I know, that was so bad, I know. But Pika ends up getting that nice little 4K, or headshots I'm pretty sure, with that Glock 18 in hand. And it appears Turkmenistan will go for a 2A potential mid float into an A. But it like a very, very slow A. Yep. Combat Chopper and Pika will rush Khan, trying to gain control of Khan. The flash comes in. Opening frag onto Ainyo. Pika gets the kill on Bethan. And the bomb goes down within 28 seconds. We have that one just staying there in street. Just making sure no one passes through. The nade goes in. Not a lot of damage. Surprising. But Chopper is going to remain backside. The kill by Lilith ends up annihilating Nadia. Pika staying behind Pillar. Lilith on the double. Lilith ends up getting a double, and Pika, Tokyo, Chamba all picking up 1 kill individually and respectively. But it does end up a bit of a breeze for the Turkmenistan side. What do you call them? Would it be like Turkmenistanese, or is it just Turkmenistan?
That's actually it's a great point. Actually, I wouldn't know, so I've just been defaulting to the Turkmenistan squad. If anyone can give me kind of the rundown, because it's always a school day and always much to learn. But speaking of the Turkmenistan squad at the moment, a flawless does mean everyone's rocking those kind of Mag 10s, full util out, so very much easy to control. Bethan being cooked alive, very much there, over half HP already gone. You would expect a kind of aggressive rush with the Mag 10s, and for the most part that is the case over towards that A site, but here we do see why bringing a Mag 10 is not really going to do as many favours. Spray though, it's good enough for Lilith to pick up 2 at the very least, but with the damage done, 7 or 8% left for Lilith on this site, trying to get the space or the control, but they are not the ones with the bomb. They have to play this very close, very aggressively, and it looks like they have done that. It's a beautiful full flash, but they've not been cleared just yet. Avery, with that last little kind of clutch check there, does find the corner, and so now 1 versus 3, but if there is a team, or if there's a HP pool that you want to go against with a Mac 10 and a 1 versus 3, basically 1 bullet is going to kill all 3 of the Welsh squad. So while it does look very favourable for the Welsh squad, this is not by any means a guaranteed win for them.
Exactly as you just said, a total of 24 health combined over the span of 3 Welsh players. I believe that's... Yeah, I believe I'm right.
Yeah.
I don't want to second guess myself. The smoke comes out. Exactly. It's Tokyo ends up getting 1. Tokyo, 10 health. Avery's going to stick a no-kid. Tokyo almost gets the clutch on a 15 HP Avery. The question is whether Avery can get it with no kit. Time will tick down. It appears she just about gets it. Woo! That is why you always buy a kit, ladies and gentlemen. But Avery with a nice cheeky little 4K. Tokyo feeling herself there. Just rushing out. Gusher of HP. Just absolutely dominating that plateau area. But it will sadly... No, not sadly actually. It will amazingly end up around to the Dragons.
Indeed, indeed. It's very close. I do believe actually Tokyo just ran out of bullets there again. Avery was on 7 or 8 HP. Like 1 bullet from the Mac 10, I think basically anywhere in the body was going to be enough to kill at that range. So I believe that genuinely just came to either an incredibly unfortunate spray pattern from the run and gun, or more than likely you just had to reload at the worst time imaginable. The timeout has been called, and it is by actually the Turkmenistan squad, which isn't too surprising. I mean, you kind of lose that round. You maybe want to kill any momentum that the Welsh team can get before it even starts to kind of snowball out. But speaking of snowballing, we've now look at these utilities, look at these setups. We see another timeout already. Okay, burned. Have to see how that goes. Maybe just needed that extra bit of time to kind of formulate, agree on what the plan was. We could easily have, understandably mixed plans, mixed strategies, and so they're having to take that extra time just to really agree on how they're going to pursue these next initial pushes.
I would like to address something.
Mm?
Can we just look at the ping the Turkmenistan's are on?
Oh my god, I never even noticed.
And 100s all across the board. I'm just as shocked as you are. I didn't even notice myself. I just got a bit bored considering there was 2 timeouts, which is not the best, destroying the Wales momentum. But it does appear it is a solid 100 ping, which I don't know whether that's Wi-Fi or just the servers, but it does appear Turkmenistan will rush boats, going into E-Box, trying to gain control of E-Box. Iron Ye is in there. The Molotov will do as much damage as she would without it. It's just Bethan alone on that B side, but Avery is trying to slip it behind, and he's quite a decent flank. 1 on Palace. Lilith kills Avery, getting that lurk. Bethan with 1. reloading on the MP7. Skess Chunker does suss out Bethan's reload and just absolutely deminates her. That's not even a word. Decimates her, I was meant to say. And it
I
is
like
all
demolish and
just
decimates
Nadia.
together. I like that a lot. I think that's clean.
It's not too bad. I have
I
to
think
make
that's
up my own dictionary.
yeah. You really
But
yeah.
I really, really appreciate 11 in kind words from my fellow cat. I can't even speak.
Of course,
Flip.
of course. Demilishizing is what we're going to go for as well. We're just going to keep adding words to that dictionary. But yeah, very, very close round for the Welsh team there. But again, that's what happens whenever your econ's really starting to struggle and that aggressive push. The utility just absolute spammed towards that B site on the canal, just really preventing Eonye for doing much of anything. We see that as well come through towards A. Tokyo picks up that first frag. Ironye has been on there basically every time, so no real surprise that she's going to be set up there again and takes the op shot down as well. Lilith and Chunga, I hope I'm saying that correct, as well. Aggressively push. The bomb is going to go back down, and with not much in the way of util or guns, there is a kit, so Avery has at the very least heralded the advice of my fellow caster, but probably not going to be able to get the space or the control to get that defuse kit used, especially when the health is taken down like that just from the spray.
I believe they're going for save. We have one Welsh woman staying wood by boat, and we have the rest staying by, I believe that is, I would like to say, double doors in the middle. Avery does pick up one with the P250. Lilith does kill, and they do not finish the round without a woman alive. But sadly, it will end up Turkmenistan winning that round. And insta buy util. Constant util use from the Turkmenistans. I still don't know how to pronounce it. We only have around about 7 uses of util in the Welsh squad, where the Turkmenistan have 19. Very quick maths.
Oh, very, very nice indeed. Very, very clean stuff. But yeah, the utility here, I mean, fully packed out. Not going to save you when Avery, though, immediately answering back to that op shot from Tokyo TM there. It's a swing from Iron Yo, but there's 2 members. The Molly not quite what you would want to see. The smoke having to be dedicated, but actually the mind games, Bethan being distracted because of a Pika having to try and bail their team member out. The smoke tries to encapsulate Nadia, but that's not going to be enough to save her either. And now Melody, but they do seem to have an inkling at the very least as to where she is. The Molly comes down, the Mollies go down, the smoke dissipates though because of it, and now 3 members all basically looking towards that door. The swing comes through, and Melody unfortunately will fall.
Exactly how you just said, Dante. The Titan has fallen, and the floodgates are being released, and Turkmenistan go into the 7th round, 10 minutes in, with Pika going 10-1. I'm in utter shock considering they're all on 100 ping. But I do believe we also have one going positive ourselves, Avery. Well done. I mean, well done to the whole squad in general. They all have put up an excellent fight. All the players, all the coaches should be, I say all, but it's only one. They should all be proud of themselves today, as they have played an absolute wonderful games of Counter-Strike.
Speaking of this wonderful game, oh no, Bethan being kind of baited there. Ironye at the very least does get the shot on the Lilith, but that was kind of a free kill you don't want to let away. And unfortunately, yeah, will eventually be picked up by the spray and the util as pretty standard. Tokyo TM actually very ready for that flank from Melody, which I did like to see, but just very, very aware. And the shots from Nadia not quite picking it up. I also did, just because I was very curious. You were completely correct on your kind of assumption there, WelshLadd. It is just a Turkmenistani, as a citizen of Turkmenistan.
Spot on yet again, WelshLadd.
Very clean stuffing. That I didn't even want to try and guess it because I was just that concerned I would actually spread misinformation on the internet, which never want to do. But yeah, the Turkmenistani squad doing incredibly well. We are seeing just very solid kind of usage from this util. The buys and the budgets are basically all fully high. Iron Yo not really understanding, not really getting the hint that the util is going to come meet her. But Oh, Bethan using that distraction actually very well, but not getting the timing, unfortunately. It's a beautiful shot, but it's only going to be good for one. Melody, who has been on that flank kind of this whole time, is able to get two before an op shot to the back of the skull. Absolutely sends them swimming with the remainder of the fishes that have survived the util. Molly comes through, Avery not going to be able to perch up on that angle. It's all going to come down to how Nadia plays this, but it looks like it's going to actually be a little bit of a distraction from this util while the rotate comes through. And Avery, the genius understanding, completely reads it. The angle is here. The jump over, oh my days. The bunny hop across the tap as well. Tokyo TM using that silo
the trigger
as well.
discipline come? Sorry to cut you off. The trigger discipline does come. Avery gets the one. Last, Tokyo on the bob. No info between the both. As Nadia absolutely legs it. Holding W down. Avery trying to bait out Tokyo. Tokyo knows for a fact this one. Heaven. Nadia whiffs on Tokyo. Tokyo the double kill. One shot from the orb ends up absolutely dominating the Welsh squad. 1v2 in Wales' favor, ends up a 0v1 to the Turkmenistanese. Wow, what a play, what a just very, I'm not gonna start like self-praise, but that was a very, very good, not self, I'm not gonna praise in general, but it was a very, very good read from Avery, first of all, I would love to say. Really, really good read. She snuffed out the fib. She knew that they were all lying. It was all a facade, but she sadly cannot win the round for the Welsh. But they will rush E-Box again. Anye gets the 2 on Lilith and Pika Pika. Pika Pika has fell for, I believe, the second time this match. Or the third, I cannot remember. Melody just camping by that corner. The call-out's good corner. Just camping by the Nadia, blazing with a UMP combat jumper. Anye gets her third. The both adjust by Ivy and Belong. Smoke does roll in, does patrol through that little gate, and they will jump down. Melody just camping that corner like a hawk. Camp from... I can't speak. the wraparound by Avery, I meant to say. Reads them like a buck. The second round win for the Welsh squad. Iron Year with a 3K, Avery with a master flank. That was the word I was looking for. But it does end up the 10th round will proceed with Turkmenistan winning 2-7.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Yo, I was kind of gonna say, you know, maybe you should. What's the meme? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old, in this case, woman? And Iron Yo just saying that no, I refuse to learn the lesson. I'm going to sit on that connector to the B site from Canal, and actually works out the spray control, and that transfer onto the second headshot was beautifully done, and then just an absolutely clean shot. I forget onto who exactly, but from that main, and now already a very aggressive push, but the util actually slowing down the Turkmenistan squad a little bit here. We do see one of the delays come through, but there's no real util. They're swinging out pretty naked, it's got to be said. Pika Pika though, the shots are there. Melody backing up Nadia, but only good for one as 3 members fall. And as quick as this round has began, especially with the self-flash from Iron Yo, that looks like it's going to end.
Like you have exactly just said, Bethany is trying to collect one, and she does not collect one as Lilith does finish off the job for the Turkmenistanese and ends up getting the game to an 8-2 match. But I believe the self flash was not the best, but the funniest parts of that round, I'm pretty sure, was Melody or Bethan, I can't remember, but one of them had flashed main, and it ended up bonking off Skirshonka's head, and it ended up flashing. Everybody. The flash was going nowhere, but it's bounced off Snugs, and it's just flashed the whole Turkmenistan.
That's unfortunate, that position of the flashbang donk to the head. It's a shame it doesn't do more damage, because it would be really nice. And again, this fight towards this corner here has been very, very pivotal. This time though, Iron Yo, yes, she's still sitting there in that corner, in that position, but she did walk away with that once. Do we think she's going to do it again? Unfortunately, taps the W key, means the nade is going to bounce off the wall. Nadia, though, at the very least, is able to pick up one towards that mid, does give a bit more control. It's going to come down to this, I think. No, Bethan unfortunately falls. The smokes now fly, the utility all down. The bomb hopefully planted in just a moment. The timing, but the shots, it doesn't matter. And again, Unfortunately, it's Avery just to try and save this op.
Hopefully she does get the save, as I'm pretty sure Wells are just ransacked. No money at all. Oh, the missed op shot on a unaware chopper. Oh no. This is not good for the Welsh squad as Turkmenistan get their 9th round. A potential save opportunity for Avery has been successfully outflawed by a lurking chopper. Combat in the name, but only going 6-4, which is still positive to be fair to them. But an absolute whiff from Avery. Sadly, an absolute whiff. It was a good play, good save, but I think she just overswung. Didn't realize Chipper was there, and it was just reflexes from that point on. But it seems like there were constant. Oh, never mind. I was just about to say Iron Ye will peak, but Tokyo shuts down all hope that E-Box. And E-Box will be taken up by the Turkmenistanese. Bethan does get one recollection upon Lilith, but Pika and Tokyo will finish off Nadia and one other. And just, I believe, Melody left, and she is at double doors. Oh, CS timing right there. Melody peaks. Tokyo walks away. After Tokyo holds that for 30 seconds, and nothing happens. Melody drops, trying to collect another kill in E-Box. All the utils start flying out like a headless chicken, and it will just constantly guard. But I don't think she heard that swap from Bridge. She did not hear the walk on Bridge. Chipper, as silent as a mouse, gets the round to go into half. Sadly, the Welsh losing 10-2. What do you believe? What? Oh, I can't speak. What do you believe is gonna happen next? Oh gosh, damn it.
To be fair, you went on one there, so I was very impressed that you'd managed to kind of keep that entire round going with basically no faults. So you do have to eventually kind of lose it on that. But yeah, very solid half from the Turkmenistan squad there. Very solid attempts, but I do have to say, you know, there are only so many times you can kind of get away with sitting in that corner or get away with that peak, and Tokyo TM just deciding that no, you're going to see the op now come through and you're going to pay for that is exactly what we see. Speaking of, first frag going away, Nadia, beautiful refrag though, and now Pika trying with the flash into the 180 with the Jill Berettas. The pistol's coming through, it's going to be Skuschonga. Pika picking up those 2 frags for themselves. A bit rare to see the Jill Berettas, but whenever you've kind of got as aggressive a CT hold as this, it does make sense, and it basically means that you don't have to reload anything. The bomb has went down for the Welsh squad at least, and a little bit of searching having to be done by the Turkmenistanis, but that will be a defuse pretty comfortably, and an 11th round put on the board.
And I believe Pika is on top of Lennon's head, just waiting there for the next round to start. As my kind fellow commentator has just said, the game is 11-2 to Turkmenistan. The bomb does go down a bit of I can't think of the word. It was a bit of like hide and seek with that bomb there.
Cat and mouse says, yeah, there you go. See, we're getting it. Yeah, very much. And that's the thing, it can be quite difficult, particularly when you are doing, you know, have as hectic a round to find the bomb there. But this time, looks to be a little bit more reasonable. It's all Mac 10s. It's all, for the most part, no armor coming through. It's a beautiful flash that's actually going to pick up Lilith. Only one though, but this aggressive play has got the control very much leaning towards. The swings are good. The teamwork, the cohesion, the bomb plant. 2 versus 2 as quickly as I said, but only 3 HP for one. Oh no, never mind, Nadia. Will this timing work out for you? Not, unfortunately not.
Literally, the same thing has just happened. The exact same as last round. And I'm surprised Skuz actually picked up the kit.
Yeah.
As she's the only one on the team with the kits I've just clocked. Hopefully the kits, yep, as Tokyo's just bought one inspired from Skuz. But it is sadly a match point for the Turkmenistanese, 12-2. And sadly, Wales lose that 4v2 advantage on that A side plant. And the game will go to a match point for Turkmenistan. I believe I'm repeating myself right now.
A little bit of unfortunate for. I don't believe you'd actually said that. I don't believe that was any repetition. So you can go a little less hard on yourself, my king. But anyway, jumping back to what could be the last round. Again, Iron Yo just trying to keep this corner safe. She's No! Oh, okay, sorry about that, that's right, the sides of course have swapped, so Lilith is now trying to do what Iron Yo was doing, and instead actually gets picked up by herself and Avery. Another aggressive swing, Tokyo trying something similar. It's a 1B, 1 mid, and 2 towards that A side, but there's not an immediate aggressive push here. The Welsh squad are actually playing very patient, they're letting the Turkmenistanis see if there's any overcommitment or over-aggression. There doesn't seem to be yet. UTM swings off. It comes down to whether this flight can go the way you really want your team to push off to kind of, you know, go off of that, but instead now potential for multiple 1v1s. But Tokyo now being trapped here, the information going. Gonna come down, Tokyo falls. Excellent stuff, the control for the B side, which we have seen every time, but the retake just as much. It's looking like this is gonna be the end. Unless...
Don't believe there's an unless.
Nah, there's no unless.
Scus cleans up the remains of the Welsh squad. Pika having an amazing game, 17-4. It was sadly a 13-2 loss for the Welsh squad. What do you believe could have went better there, Dante?
I mean, I think we've kind of made it, you know, pretty clear. It turns out, like, especially in those last couple of rounds, I want to say, maybe the adaptation's not quite there, you know, just kind of looking at what your opponents are going to do, especially if you do notice, and this isn't really as much kind of for the national qualifiers as much, I think it's just a good rule in general, that if you notice that from an ELO perspective or from like a Faceit perspective that maybe the rank distribution is a bit off, or that maybe the opposing team are kind of a bit higher ranked, you can usually predict that there's going to be a bit of over-aggression, which I think we did see from all 3 maps. So just that idea to kind of slow it down, let the enemies kind of run into you, which we did start to see glimpses of, but just a bit more of that, as well as the utility is getting there. It absolutely is. That one nade on Nuke doing probably close to like 200 damage, maybe more. But yeah, those would kind of be my 2 big things. What about yourself, if any, my guy?
You've just ripped the words right out of my gob. The absolute, the utility, it's went from here to the absolute overachievement from the Welsh squad. But yet, that's absolute volley of a nade. Ended up picking on about 300 damage out in that trophy room. Absolutely diving. Surprising Slovakians. But yes, it was just an overround. Good 3 matches. So not so good, but at least we played some friendlies on the strike, and the women have gained more experience, more advantage of what to do with their utility and their gun skills.
No, yeah, and that's, you know, I appreciate you kind of bringing that up, because I mentioned it earlier, but it's always nice to reiterate that friendlies are where you learn. Friendlies are where, you know, you adapt, you kind of, you know, you kind of add to your repertoire and to your skill set. So hopefully that's what's going to be done. It was really great to see, because that 13-0 did kind of spell a little bit of concern, but seeing some rounds kind of come back, some cohesion there, we just want to see, you know, a little bit more swinging off each other, making sure that you're not taking fights on your own, and getting that util sorted out. But that will be us for the day. So just before we wrap up, WelshLadd, any last kind of final thoughts?
I do have one final thought. Where's that Zeus kill?
Oh,
I
damn.
just remembered.
Oh, damn.
There was no Zeus kills. How dare you, Avery? But no, I'm only kidding. It was a wonderful match from all the women, respectively. Absolute wonderful day. A wonderful 3 matches to CS. And a wonderful time casting with my king, Maddante.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, shout out to the players, shout out to all y'all watching, shout out to the production who always do a great time keeping us sounding excellent whenever Twitch isn't, you know, killing the stream or causing any shenanigans. But until next time, hopefully sooner rather than later, it has been an absolute pleasure from the both of us, and we hope to see you around very soon. Take care, see you soon.